Hi everyone. I wanted to do a recap from Monday's protest or what happened on Monday and what's currently going on. So if you don't have the time right now, save this video, come back later, grab some snacks and a drink because this video might be a little bit long. I'm trying not to hold you long, but I think this is information that you'll want to hear, and I want to make sure that you hear this video in its entirety. So anyway, okay, so Monday was the protest. A lot of people knew about it, and a lot of people didn't know about it, and that was done on purpose. Okay, and everything didn't necessarily go as planned, but the goal was accomplished as far as spreading awareness about the continued and ongoing racist incidents that are happening amongst students in the Indiana area school district. If you go back to my other video, I explain why I felt the need to direct and create this protest. And so I'm satisfied with the responses. It actually was talked about in the Borough Council's meeting on Tuesday, where this protest was addressed because it raised a lot of flags. Again, I said it raised a lot of awareness, and there were some people who probably didn't agree, and there were a lot of people that did agree. So this was a conversation at the Borough Council's meeting on Tuesday, where several council members, including the president of the Borough Council, was in agreement that Indiana School District has not done enough to control, to stop these racist incidents in the district. And so that was very encouraging to see that other people are looking at this as well. And let me tell you something, it's funny when protests happen, because you usually have people that don't agree. But when people protest, let me just tell you this, when people protest, they're not just doing this for any reason. Like, they're just not. People are not dedicating their time and energy just to make a huge fuss. I know I'm not. And so there are issues there. And like I said, the protests got the response that I wanted. It spread awareness. So there are leaders in this community that are agreeing, and we're standing together, that Indiana Area School District does not handle racist incidents appropriately, point blank and a period. They just do not handle racist incidents appropriately. And let me just give you a short history. So 2 years ago, which is year 2020, that was the start of the pandemic. That was the large awakening after the death of George Floyd, of many, many issues that are still present here. And I wanted to share with you back then what this Indiana School District has said. So during that time, if you recall, there were several protests in town, Black Lives Matter protests, and one of them was led by two students. Very, very well attended. It was very, very well executed, and it was great. It was absolutely great. And so the school board issued a statement and just said that, I'm gonna pull it up here, one moment. Okay, that the Indiana Area School District Board of Directors would like to take a moment to reach out to the community regarding the recent protests, including those conducted in downtown Indiana. We thank the students who were courageous enough to put this together. I'm just skimming through. So the Indiana School District Board mourns the death of George Floyd and so many others who have been victims of senseless brutality. Our hearts break for the families. Please know that the Indiana Area School District Board of Directors will continuously strive to improve as we go forward in our work, as there is much to do to address systemic inequities that students face in today's society and in our schools. We believe that our actions matter as much as our words, so please know that we are going to continue to do the work, and so forth and so on. So I was surprised to see a statement from the board, but however, year 2020, everyone was issuing statements, every organization, every company, to show that they stand in solidarity of Black and brown people, particularly African Americans, because of the police brutality. But for me, that was just something to do. And I'm not talking about the school district per se on this example as if, oh, they really didn't care. But I'm saying, if you recall, in year 2020, everyone issued a statement. All eyes were open. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, I care about Black people now. You see the momentum die. We're 2 years later, all those people that were standing up for Black people, you can't find them anywhere. It was the thing to do. And I'm constantly saying, don't jump on a bandwagon just because a crisis situation is going on and have happened if you truly don't care, because it's going to show. It's going to show eventually. So if you're saying to me that, hey, Q, I care about you, I love you, I don't expect 2 years down the line for you to stop showing concern and care. And I believe that the school district is becoming lax on that, okay? Many will argue that the school district never cared about Black and brown students, you know, and these issues have been here long before I got to Indiana, almost 20 years ago now. And I have heard racial incidents happening from people my age or older that are residents of Indiana that have went through the district. And I guess I was naive. I thought that things have gotten better, but as I'm learning more and more, and as my children are in the district, and as I'm just really researching a lot of stuff, things haven't really got that better. And it's like, you can't tell me stuff that you think I want to hear. That's not going to fly by me. So anyway, I just wanted to share that piece from 2 years ago. And so now we're here 2020, and now the racial incidents are more prevalent and they're happening back to back. And you have to remember, everything doesn't go reported. So just because there wasn't a news article, just because no one has said anything or told their parents, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So anyway, the protests on Monday made it to the news. Yes, the news was up here, and I was happy to issue a statement. I actually spoke to the reporter for a great bit. And you know, with one thing with the news, you get clips. So, you know, you get clips. But I did speak in great detail, so they really know what's going on here. And I was baffled. The school district said they strongly disagree that they haven't handled incidents appropriately. And I'm like, wow, you know, so pretty much this is how I've seen it. That the officials are probably taking this to heart. And if that's the case, then they totally missed the point. If there is a school official that was offended by a protest, the protest that happened on Monday, and they're taking this to heart, then they totally miss the picture. This is not about them. This is about the students, you know. And no, you have not done things appropriately, Indiana Area School District. You have not done right when it came to the recent incidents that I know of. You have not done right, because I speak to these kids and I speak to these parents on a regular basis. And they are left in the dark, or it's like it's no true care about what really happened. And you know what? I'm not making this stuff up. I don't have time to stir a pot. I have a very busy life, and I'm not pulling these things out of thin air. All right, as I told you, there are many people in agreements. There are people that attended, even our community leaders. They attended because they know how bad this is. And I'm trying to raise awareness so it won't get worse. You see what's going on with other schools. And don't think that Indiana is not exempt, okay? Let me pull up some more stuff. I attended a school board meeting last month. I was not happy with how I was treated. So if you want to make a comment at the school board meeting, you have to sign up. There's a certain protocol you have to do for the community to make a comment during that portion of the meeting. So I signed up. I had a few things to share, just to share my concerns as a parent and what's going on in our schools, and far as protection for all students. So when it was time for the community to speak, they didn't call my name and they went to the next point. So I asserted myself. I was online, so it was a hybrid meeting. So there were some people in person and I was online. So I inserted myself. I pushed unmute and said, "Excuse me, I signed up." And the president of the board said, "No, you didn't," and pretty much challenged me on, "You didn't sign up. I don't see your name here." And so we went back and forth a little bit, and the superintendent told him to let me go. So I'm like, okay, that was weird. And so this is what I said. This is my statement that I said. First, I apologize for not being there in person. I explained who I was, that I have 3 children in the district, and that I was surprised, my family in general were surprised by the lack of care that Indiana Area School District has displayed towards racial matters. I explained that things are happening all the time, even just Black students being called the N-word in the hallways. That happens all the time, and how it has no place in our schools. So I mentioned those things, my concern, and how I would like to see things different, and gave them some tips, gave them some ideas, and also recommended them to, join certain social groups, but keep up on it, keep the membership, keep the communication open with the community and the families, because everyone's left in the dark, so forth and so on. So I said that, so I'm glad I was able to do my speech. But the very next day, of course, I called up there and shared how I was not happy, because I did follow the proper protocols to get on that list, and how I was not treated fairly, because I won't do anything that is not decent in order. If you know me, I don't just, again, stir the pot, create trouble. I really don't try to do that. And so I talked to the superintendent, and I also talked to a secretary, and then they confirmed that I actually was on the list. And no one had answers about why my name wasn't called. What? I think that's weird. And there's some issues that I'm hearing now, as I'm paying close attention to, about the president of the board and how he's kind of